Yes. Never mind. This is for Luke's workout. I want to say first off, apologize about the voice. I'm kind of losing it. Anyway, so you asked. I don't even know how to word it. Your second comment was about listening to people that have what you want. You texted it, you wrote it weird or whatever. But I'm feeling like you're asking me what is that, so I will tell you. Because there might be a chance to actually help you out in life. All right, so years ago, Luke, I'm going to call you Luke. I'm assuming your name's Luke. If it isn't, that's a little weird. Years ago, Luke, through a series of crazy events, like involving me getting pulled over with a bunch of cops and they trying to hit me with a paraphernalia and 25 grams or less, and I was in a car with a bunch of meth heads, so Anyway, back in my days when I was in hard drugs and I was just kind of lost in the world, didn't know what the fuck to do, the average person that's produced in society. Just the average dumb drug addict. I got pulled over on this day, and I had meth in the car, a meth pipe in the car, and I had weed and a dugout. I actually didn't even have weed in a dugout. I had resin in a one-hitter in a dugout. And it played out to where I knew how to talk to police even then. And so I never took that dope charge. Nobody took that dope charge. We were escorted into the back of a police car, and they said, "Oh, don't worry, Wright City Police Department in Missouri doesn't have any form of audio recording on us or the vehicles." They said some stupid ass shit like that, and then escorted me and the other two dope heads into this back of this cop car. And the instant we got in, I looked over and was like, "Don't say shit." I was like, "Don't be a fucking retard." Like, they just said that. And then their canines, because they had canines, went through the car, and they ended up chewing my fucking hat. The cop ended up stealing both my lighters I just bought. Like, he didn't even give a fuck. He just stole my shit. And then hit me with the 25 grams or less and a paraphernalia charge for my resin in my one-hitter. 25 grams or less. It's some bullshit. Anyway, that's its own topic. But on that day, the weirdest thing happened when I got pulled over across the street. There was a guy. And after, that whole event, here I am about to go to court, just got hit. I'm kind of like traumatized because I got like 4 cop cars and a canine unit all just hit me. Like I said, I got so much experience with cops. That's why the other comment made me laugh, because I'm literally sitting here having flashbacks of all the police, just going by all the people. Oh my God. Anyway, across the street from that very traumatic event, I met the nicest guy. It was really weird. I was with one of the tweakers that was in my car, and that guy across the street gave us a ride. So he's driving. It was me and this other dude. And I remember I was stoned, and I was in this car, and the vibe was amazing. Everything was amazing. I don't know how to explain it. It was like I was in a bubble of love. I don't understand. And this guy gave me this audio file on an MP3. He gave it to me. And he said, "There's some secrets in there that you would love to hear, you would like." And he ended up dropping me off at a Walmart. I never will forget that the moment I got out the car, the vibe went away. Like the paranoia and the anxiety from the weed, like, kicked back in, because his good vibe was gone. Again, apologize for my voice. But anyway, he left, and he handed me an MP3 file. This is the point. On that MP3 file was an audio series that came out a few decades ago. I'm not going to say 2 whole decades ago. It came out like a decade and some years. A little over a decade ago. And this audio files, this series, were audio tapes that originally were produced on actual CDs. And it was by the guy named Kevin Trudeau, who made a CD series called Your Wish is Your Command. And basically, this guy was a guy who came from a regular blue-collar working family and became a billionaire. And he became a billionaire, and he was in the highest degree of the Brotherhood. He was a 33-degree member of the Brotherhood Society. And after making billions of dollars, he's got a whole list of accolades and achievements that surpass everybody in his field that he ever touched. He had the golden touch. And so he made a 13-hour-long audio series describing everything he learned in the Brotherhood, all the secrets to make any one individual a powerful person. You live in a world where you could take any baby and you could turn them into, a Jewish, you could make them a Jewish person. I know that sounds weird. Buddhist, you can make them into somebody that knows how to work on cars. You can take that baby and put them in to where they learn how to make skyscrapers. We have that ability. That's what we do. But we also have the ability to take you and teach you through thousands of years of mastering this on this planet. We know the secret recipe to turn a human into a very successful person. But we don't do that because that's not beneficial to the people at the top. That's why they don't do that. But this guy didn't start at the top. He didn't come from a royal family. He came from, this shit. Cheap-ass shit. So when he made it all the way up to the top, he gave it all up in order to teach everybody the truth of how reality works and how this information is not kept put in schools and is purposely not taught in schools. In fact, is kind of you're kind of redirectioned with your thoughts. Anyway, so this audio series is basically a 13-hour-long set of information, all encapsulated with so much minutia and meat that you can't actually get it all if you listen to it once. There's too much. And you go to school every day for years and years, so all the programming that you have been programmed up to this point, it's very set in. So in this audio series, which I highly suggest you look up, you might have to, whatever, but it's called Your Wish Is Your Command. It told you everything you needed to know to have a successful life, and watch as the things that you want to have happen right before your eyes and manifest at record-breaking speeds. And so I took the challenge and I listened to it. I listened to that audio series not twice. It's 13 hours long. I didn't listen to it twice. I didn't listen to it 3 times or 5 times or 10 times or 15 times or 20 times. I listened to it 35 times in the last 5-6 years of my life. So I literally listened every day, 20 minutes to an hour a day, a multi-billionaire talk. And then I made 10,000 in stock, not in stocks, but in stocks. I made $10,000 in stocks. I've been to every single state in America. I've skydived at 13,000 feet. I got 100 stories of cops. I've risked my life to save another human being. I've been on Native American territory on the mountains in snowstorms, had attacked by a wolf and another dog. Survived all that just to meet a guy who met the very billionaire I was just now talking about. So I literally have a story about me listening to those audio series and meeting a guy who sat down with and ate with this billionaire right after, like 10 minutes after listening to the audio series. I'm not going to, that's too much. I'm kind of getting off topic. You asked a simple question, but I had to bring up all that. And again, I'm tired, so I apologize, but I had to bring up all that. So the secrets in the society, which, by the way, now that I'm telling you this, it's not going to make that big of an impact on your life because you need to be programmed every fucking day in order for you to actively be conscious about it. And the reason why, and that's called step 4. There's different steps, or not steps, there's different basics that you master. There's 5 basics. The 5 basics, like I said, I'm telling you this, but really it's not going to do that much for you because this is like a 10-minute video and I got hundreds of hours in. But that shows that how integrated I am. Anyway, so you got 5 basics. The first basic is, who do you listen to? This is the secrets to success and how to walk through life. This is the recipe to walk through life. It's 13 hours long, so there's a lot more information, but I'm just telling you the 5 basics. If you master these 5 basics, this is like mastering a Bruce Lee fucking punch. That's what this is. This is turning a human being into like a Bruce Lee. but not in martial arts, just in general, like in general. So the first basic is who do you listen to? The second basic is teachability index. The third basic, like that. The third basic is training balance scale. And the fourth basic is the 4 steps when learning new information, which is unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and unconscious competence. I'll explain that in a second. And the fifth basic is master. Master. The first 4. Because the fifth basic is the most important basic, and that's why I listen to it 35 times. So you're going in life, right? You're walking around in life. You should be listening to people that have what you want. I know it sounds so stupid, but you'll be surprised what will happen when another human being integrates this into you. You're going to walk through life like you're in a game. Listen to people that have what you want. You'll be seeing it now. It's weird. You'll be able to see it in people. Like, you'll want something. You'll have to figure out what it is you want, and you'll expand as a person. But the point is, you listen to people that have what you want, which means you do not listen to people that have what you don't want. You don't do that. You don't listen to them. If they have what you want, have they been where you are? That's an important question. That's more minutia on basic 1 information. So who do you listen to? How do you define who do you listen to? Well, I would listen to people that have what I want and have been where I am, because it's really hard to be a billionaire if you came from a millionaire family. I mean, if you're a billionaire and you came from a billionaire family, that you might have billions, but you didn't come from where I'm at, so you don't have the pathway. You know what I'm saying? And it's very important to understand that, because in life, people have already walked the path. And if you listen to them, you will learn and expand, because there's billions of us on this planet and billions of us that are already lived. So it's really fucking stupid for you to struggle your whole life instead of just excelling really quickly in life by using all the cheats and all the improvements everybody else has worked out. So when you listen to somebody that have what you want, it rubs off like magic. It really does. And you should listen to people that have what you want, have been where you are. Otherwise, you listen to yourself. And you will find in life that most of the time, almost all the time, you know what to do. You know what to do. And it's funny because this training will rewire you to be a leader. Because you will walk through life and you'll be sitting there looking at your mom or your dad like I did. My parents are narcissists. So this information really freed me, because I had parents that were mind fucking me. They don't care at all. They don't care at all. And if you understand what a narcissist, I'm not going to explain all that right now, but if you understand what that is, you understand like that's the worst thing that could be in your life. I mean, there's no other enemy worse than that besides a psychopath, but even psychopaths might not want to mind fuck you. They might just go do their own thing. You know what I'm saying? So. Sorry. I'm going off topic. Yes, who do you listen to? That's what it is. If you listen, you should listen to people that have what you want, have been where you are. And the second basic is teachability index, because you need to be aware that if somebody does have what you want, are you willing to actually learn? What is your willingness to learn? Is it a 10 out of 10? What's your willingness to accept change? Is it a 10 out of 10? Because you might be willing to sit there and listen to what the fuck I'm saying, but you won't do anything fucking different tomorrow. And that means you have a 10 out of 10 willingness to learn. You listen to every fucking thing I said. You wrote it all down. And then I told you to go and listen to people that have what you want. Go dream, build, write down your goals. And the next day you don't do shit. You have a 0 willingness to accept change in your life. You didn't do anything different. 10 times 0 is 0. You have a 0 teachability index. You're unteachable and you're useless. This is the second most important thing seen in human beings, apparently, by all the richest people in the world. So any rich person in the world, when they walk up to you, did you know that they're all kind of programmed, I mean, at the highest levels, to see you and understand off the bat who deals do? That's automatic. It's an automatic thing when you get it programmed in. And they also realize when they look at people, how teachable are they? And I see that too. When I look at people, I can talk, when I'm talking to them, and they're like, oh yeah, okay. And I'm like, oh, low teachability index, worthless. They're worthless. They're really, literally worthless in this world if you can't be teachable. Nothing can be applied to you. And in society, it is kind of designed to tamper you like fucking steel. So when you come out the other end, you work on cars or whatever the fuck your slave job is. But the fact that this audio series could be sent to a person who's like 34 years old stuck in minimum wage life, you listen to it, and then you use this to reprogram your brain, and you will be surprised where you'll end up, like I have been. Anyway, and if you do that over and over again, that's what I'm skipping trainability because I'm not going to explain all that right now. But the fourth one is unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and unconscious competence. If I said that wrong because I'm tired, I'll say it again. It's unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and unconscious competence. What does that mean? When you're learning new information, like right now, before I ever said the concepts of who do you listen to, you were unconsciously incompetent. You were unaware of your inability to listen to people correctly. You were just being tossed and turned by the winds. People would come into your life like your parents or a teacher or a cop. And they would come in and they'd say, hey, you got, this and this. Where you come from? Where'd you come from? But no, where'd you just come from? I saw you driving that way. Where'd you come from? No, I know. Where'd you just come from? Me and my partner over here need to know where'd you just come from because, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, right. So when you actually understand who do you listen to? Who do you listen to? People that have what I want. He doesn't have anything I want. This person's going to fuck me over. There's no scenario where but you see how I have a video where I walk up to cops and I do want something. Whoa. And I manifested them to go get it for me. And I got intel. So it played out differently. But in general, most of the time when cops are involved, like 90%, yeah, they don't have what you want. They're going to fuck you over if you reveal too much, so you shouldn't be listening to them. And it's so funny because if you know anything about laws, your ability to say, am I free to go? I don't consent to no search or seizures, whatever. Who do you listen to? Yourself. You know what to fucking do. And it's funny because if you try to walk away from those kind of people, they'll use the energy of who do you listen to try to pull you back in, and everything does it. Let me say it like this. And I know this video is long, and if you don't want to watch all this, it's okay. I don't really care. But the way I'm programmed, because of this amazing audio series, which again, I highly suggest you look up if you want an amazing life. I'm trying to offer you my cult, but the difference between my cult and any other cult is everybody that joins this cult's like at the top of the world. Now, I've only been in this for a few years, but I'm going to tell you right now, I've experienced firsthand some of the most amazing things that any human being on this planet can do. And it's such I have such an amazing life that it can't even explain it to you because most people's teachability index is low. Yeah. That's actually why. Most people's teachability index is low. And also they don't know who to listen to. So even when somebody does have an amazing, successful, happy life, they don't realize that, did you know you're living your whole life to try to be happy? Like everything you do at the end of the day is based on a feeling. Be that you want a house to feel secure or, a car to make you look good or clothes to look, you know what I mean? Everything's really based on a feeling. So I'm telling you, I have the most amazing life. That's a pretty good indicator to listen to somebody anyway, but I have an amazing life. Anyway, what was I going to say? To end it. Because there's too much, material. Like I said, this is a 13-hour-long set of information, and I'm not going to be able to, do all that. But you asked, who do you listen to? And the reason why it's important with cops is because, like I said, I'm programmed that way. So when I pull out my phone and I'm reading an article about, something on the news, who do you listen to? Whoa. When I'm driving and I see a stop sign, but my feelings tell me to keep going past the stop sign, who do you listen to? The stop sign? Well, wait a minute. That stop sign was made by a person. Like, that's weird. I didn't think about it like that. Like, in a way, because one of the things in the audio series is that your gut is always right. And I have nothing but evidence in my life about me going on crazy adventures that made no logical sense, going random ass directions to meet people that I shouldn't have been able to have met, and then get video evidence that I met them. And everyone's like, the fuck? But yeah, you follow your gut. So who do you listen to? People that have one, been where you are, yourself. And who's right? Not your thoughts, your gut. You follow your gut. And in life, you'll figure out really quickly that you have been listening to people that have kind of like weave their way, and they don't always mean to do it. It's not like a conscious thing that people are doing, but they're kind of like doing this shit. And you start to rise up and blah, 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 blah. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I hear like a fucking, hear that sound? What is that? But yeah, you know, you're all kind of vibing at the same level. So when you listen to people that have what you want, you'll meet somebody up here and you'll be like a character in a game. And you'll be like, whoa. All of a sudden, I'm in like world of, this guy's like a level 9,000. But I'm hanging out with all these level 20 fucks. But if you hang out with a level 9,000 guy in a video game like, you know, like Diablo 3, and you go out and you do some kills and get XP, you XP quicker and faster. Same here. You want to learn how to be a great mechanic? You know who you should listen to? People that are great mechanics. You want to be a master chef? You know who you should listen to? People that work at Denny's. Just kidding. They're not master chefs. They're cooks, but they're not masters at their field. You should be listening to people that have what you want. You should have big fucking goals, big fucking dreams, high levels of this shit. And because there's even a story in the Bible about a man who saw in the burning of a bush that he had to build a city. So he saw in the burning of a bush a vision that God sent to him, that you will build a city. You will build that city. And he went out to go build that city and got bit by a rattlesnake and should have died, but he didn't because he had a purpose and a goal and a mission. So it's really important to know what you want. A lot of people in life don't know what they want, and this also fucks them up on who do you listen to. So anyway, you go out there. I'm not going to, like I said, I can't give you the whole right now. I have a whole YouTube channel for it. But basically, my YouTube channel isn't really designed actually to train individuals. I don't have enough people to view. I'm really just making videos for me to archive and remember back later on. And also to show evidence that I told you. Like, see that? See how I said that would happen? And there's the next, like, I got it. If you look at my YouTube videos, I got all kinds of videos of me saying things. And then the evidence pops up in the next video. Like, the back to back. I don't even... all of them. Anyway, but yeah, my last thing I will tell you is in life, you should, first and foremost, the number one program in your head, besides feeling better right now, is to be listening to people that have what you want. You should always be trying to feel better right now. That's actually your number one program. But your number one basic skill you should master if you wanted to be like all the most successful people on the planet is listen to people that have what you want. There's so many celebrities that are all famous because, you know, people, they're like, wow, they don't like just take shit from anybody. They don't. They don't. They know they know that they're doing it right. And there's so many people that are living amazing lives and they're just doing what they do. You know, they just do what they do. You know, there's so many. And you're not really going to tap into them until you start listening to them. You know, like, let me give an example. I was driving a truck, like I got a billion of them. I was driving an 18-wheeler in Alabama, right? And I was watching a video on my phone of sailing, and I never thought of sailing, but I was like, wow, a sailboat. Like this couple live on a sailboat, and they got, like, you know, their own business and Wi-Fi, so they can do all the business on the boat, and they travel across the sea. And I was like, wow, look at me focusing on this topic, thinking about it, manifesting more of it into my reality, listening to people that have what I want and expanding upon this dream. It's called dream building. Within 24 hours, I was in the only spot in all of Alabama that touches the ocean, and I ended up on a sailboat, and I have a video of it. I was on a guy named John's sailboat. It was like a 1980s sailboat. It had like the original fucking map holders inside. So like there's like wooden things that you put a paper map in. It had like the original compass. So point is, I watched a video of them sailing. First time in my whole life, I said, I want to do this. Within 24 hours, within 48 hours, I was on a fucking sailboat. I was standing in it. I was standing on it. And it was a pirate ship. It was the only one out of the whole marina that looked like a pirate ship. And the guy told me he used to do Civil War reenactments. So I'm like, I'm meeting this guy named John, who's a really interesting character. I'm on a sailboat. Like, life's expanding. Like, I'm in Alabama. Like, you know, on a sailboat. Like, there's only one spot in all of Alabama that touches and I was right there, right on time. So that's a great example of how I was listening to somebody that had what I want. And then I ended up following my own feelings on that day, which led me to park my truck instead of going to my next area to pick up my next load. I decided to go to the marina. And when I got there, I saw further, and I met a guy. And when I met him, I was very teachable, and I understood that, oh, this guy who owns a sailboat just walked up to me. Other people that fail at Who Do You Listen To will instantly be like, yeah, and I go on their day. But I was like, oh, hey, look, a guy who has what I want, a sailboat. And we talked, and within seconds, I'm on his boat, and I'm having an amazing time. Anyway, I'm going to end this. I don't know you, but I love you. I always say I love you on my YouTube channel, so a little weird. But I love you. If you would like to like, you can. If you don't, I don't give a fuck. If you didn't watch all this, that's okay.